We hope to all see you at the graduation stage during your graduation year. That's the plan. The stage and beyond. So today, folks, I'll tell you, I'm not going to stand around here and talk so much because I'll tell you we have somebody very special in our building today. Those that were at the game last night, you've seen it at the game. You've seen her come on in, but we got a guest invited by the name of Miss Ruthie Bolton. Big tee up for Ruthie. For those that don't know Ruthie Bolton, and I'm going to let her tell her story. I'm going to tell just a little bit about what I know about Ruthie Bolton. What I know about Ruthie Bolton, Ruthie, if you'd come on out, please. Give Ruthie a hand. Give Ruthie a hand. Make some noise. It's time. All right. This young lady here, I met her about 2.5 years ago. And I'll tell you, the first introduction was a good one. And you know, you get that first intuition on people the very first time you meet them. My takeaway when I met Ruthie was a heart of gold. This young lady has a big heart with long arms. And you remember when I talked about those long arms about keep reaching for support, grow long arms. Arms of support, whatever that might mean, unconditional, this, that, whatever. But this young lady here has a story. She has a story. And you're going to be able to hear that story throughout the day and the evening and so forth. But what I know of Ruthie Bolton, she comes from a family of 20. She has 20 brothers and sisters. What I know from Ruthie Bolton is there was some diversity, some adversity that took place while she was growing up. What I know about Ruthie Bolton, she played basketball when they were recruiting her Division I. She had to walk on at Auburn University. What I know about Ruthie Bolton is this is a no give up, no quit. When I put my mind to it, I did it. She not only walked on at Auburn University, she started for 4 years as a point guard. As she went to Auburn University back in 1996, was the Olympics were coming around. She's awarded all kinds of honors through her time at Auburn University, but unfortunately the USA team overlooked her. They didn't invite her, or they invited her to come out for the Olympic trials. As they're flying her sister and others through the airplane, she had to find her own way out just to take part. Not only did she find her own way out there to take part in that Olympic trials, she won the starting guard spot from the USA team. 1996 and 2000. What I know about Ruthie Bolton, she's a leader. What I know about Ruthie Bolton, she's a servant leader. It's not about Ruthie Bolton. It's what she does. When she goes to communities and schools, she's worked in Indian country throughout the Dakotas and throughout Washington. And her message is good. And what I ask of you today is quaylons. Turn those quaylons on. Quaylons, Ruthie, is the word for quinol for ears. Okay? But I'll tell you, we're going to have a good time today. Once we're released from here, I would like 612 to stay put. We've got a little further discussion. Okay? We'll go from there. Big tee up for Ruthie Bolton. Tee up!
Wow. Awesome. I'm extremely excited. Long time overdue. We've been speaking for the last 2.5 years, trying to find a way to connect, trying to find a way to get. I was wondering if he really existed or not. We did a lot of Zooms, but I feel like I'm a part of the family. I really do. I've been blessed for the last 4 or 5 years to go to a lot of Native community, including in Rapid City with Ellen and I've done a lot of things in Spokane, Washington, Arizona, and every time I step foot on a Native reservation, I feel like I'm family. I feel like I got the key to the city. I really feel at home, and I'm so thankful for you for allowing me, for welcoming me here, for allowing me to be a part of this journey, be a part of this process and be a part of you becoming the best version of you. And I know John said a whole lot of things, and I don't really care about the accolades. You know, the reason I wore my medals here, and it's to remind you that if you believe, and as I walked around through the school, I saw dream big. I saw words like discipline. I saw words like power. I saw words like unity and family, and that's what I feel here. You all, listen, you all are embarking upon something amazing. You have great leaders, so I want you to give, if you don't mind, let's give the staff and the leaders, John and his whole team, let's give them 5 claps when I say go. Go! I think that was 7. And let's do it again. 5 more claps. Go! All right, thank you. Because they're the leaders, and their countless hours are trying to make sure that you become the best version of you. They're trying to make sure that you thrive. They see your future. I know you come out the classes at 2:35 and all. They want you to reach your destination. They want you to be successful. Okay, now but I want you because, hey, you're here too. So I want to give yourselves, we'll do 10 for you. I want you to clap 10 times as loud as you can, because guess what? It's a partnership. It's a partnership. They can't do it without you. Okay? They can't do it without you. So let's on go, I want you to clap 10 times. Ready, go! Maybe all down here a little bit. Hey, let's try it again. Wait a minute, I tell you what, I'm gonna do my whistle. I got my whistle, I got 2 whistles. And I think the whistle, the word hits about the whistle to be discipline. So on the whistle, 10 claps. That ain't good. We gotta be in unison. Unity was the word. Let's try. We're gonna try it again. Take a little. Okay, on the whistle, we're gonna do it together. 10 claps. Hold up on the whistle. That's a little bit better. We'll work on that. Hey, guess what? This is not a drive-by. This is not my first time. I want to become part of your family. I want us to have conversations and pretend we're in the living room and I'm drinking coffee and y'all drinking hot chocolate. Okay, so we're gonna sit around and have a conversation. This is not the last you've seen of me. I'm gonna be coming here throughout the rest of the year, and we're gonna spend time. I wanna know what makes you smile. I wanna know what makes you cry. I wanna know what your fears are. I wanna know what makes you thrive. I wanna know what things that you have concern. Seriously, I've been trying to get here for years, and I care about you. I'm from a family of 20, 12 girls and 8 boys, and I'm the 16th of 20 children. I'm glad my mom and dad didn't stop at 15. I'm glad the Lord spoke to them and said, hey, you know what? We need to have another child. So I was the 16th of 20. I have a twin brother. There are the twins here? Wow. And the twins, I know you have twins. You have twins. And the twins here? You got a twin right here? You have a twin brother, twin sister? In the back. Are y'all twins? Are they twins? Are those twins? Okay, I think twins are special people. Okay, yeah, I have a twin brother. You know what? I'm gonna talk about him while he's not here. I'm faster, I'm stronger. I can listen. He used to get mad at me because I was faster than him as a young girl. He would get mad at me and throw rocks at me. And I say, I can't help it because I'm strong and faster than that. That's why I tell him, that's why I ended up being an Olympian. He was a cheerleader. Now he said, don't talk about me like he was a toughness man. Seriously, no, but he's a minister now, he preaches, he's an unbelievable singer, but really what I want to get out of this morning is, because I want to spend some more intimate time a little bit later, but I just want you to really understand my manifesto. If you think about me tomorrow or 2 days from now, and if all you can remember is that I played basketball, then I failed you. This is not a basketball story. This is not a story about how good I was a basketball player. This goes beyond. I want you to know my fears and my disappointments and things, the reason I wanted to quit. How many of you ever felt like you wanted to quit something? Okay, hands down. And you know what? It's not a trick question, but guess what? If you don't feel like, when you get out here and practice, if you don't feel like quitting, you ain't working hard enough. There are times in the journey, there are times where, man, I feel like quitting. But guess what? The key is finding that reason not to quit. Breaking through those fears. And as I walked on campus here last night, I felt it was something special about this place. Something authentic, something unique. Because I love going to remote places that ordinary people might not go. I love going to places where you feel you're just as important here than in the biggest cities of 100,000 people. I feel like this place is on a movement. You're creating. You're on the road to success. So something magical is going to happen here, and I'm thankful to be a part of it. I want to share this story with you. This is John knows the story about me jumping the fence. I feel like this story embodies who I eventually became. When I was about 13, 14 years old, we used to jump fences and climb trees, and I was a serious tomboy. Like seriously, I looked more like a boy than my twin brothers looked like a boy. I had bad Jerry curl, bad shot. I loved to be outside. Anytime I saw my brother go outside, I would go outside. And we used to jump fences, okay? But this one particular day, we lived on about 10 acres. As I approached that fence, it seemed like it got higher. And I'm like, what's going on? I know I've jumped this fence before. So I took some step back, and I said, I got this. And as I went to jump this fence again, it seemed like it got higher. I'm like, what is happening? I could see my cousins leaving me, saying, come on, don't worry about it. I'm like, no, I can jump this fence. I know I can. So I said, I got it. Why don't you just focus? And as I went to jump this fence again, it was even higher. And I'm thinking, like, what is going on? I'm extremely terrified. And I'm confused, like, I've jumped this fence before. What is happening? So guess what? In the south, the street light came on, and we had 5 minutes to be in the house. And I hadn't jumped that fence. I was like, no, I want to jump this fence. They was like, it's no big deal. We'll pretend you jumped it. I said, no, I got to jump this fence. There's a saying, when you know your why, you know your way. When you lose your why, you lose your way. I knew my why. I wanted to jump that fence. But I had to go in the house because it started to get dark. And I can remember, like, I got to jump that fence. They said, what's wrong with you? It's no big deal. I said, it's a big deal. The next morning, I got up, in a house of 30 people. I walked over, people walking over, my siblings, trying to get out for anybody to wake up. I go out and I stand before that fence. I said, you got this. And I don't know at the time, I don't know why that was so important to me. I stood there, I said, take a deep breath, you got it. You got to see yourself on the other side. You got to see yourself celebrating. I took a deep breath, just me and that fence. And I started to run towards that fence. I think as I got 2 feet before the fence, I think I closed my eyes. I leaped, jumped, and landed on the other side of that fence. I didn't land on my feet, but I landed on my side. I lay on this ground celebrating, like, oh my God, I did it. I jumped this fence. You would think I won the gold medal. Why was that moment important to me? Why was that moment so important to me? At the time, I didn't know. But I believe at 13 and 14 years old, that's the moment I started becoming a world champion. That's the moment I started becoming an Olympian. That's the moment I started becoming the best version of me. That's the moment my shirt said, bold looks good on me. That's the moment I started being bold, not even knowing why. I jumped over that fence and I was like, wow. Because guess what? I started seeing myself on the other side of my circumstances. I started seeing myself on the other side of those fears. That moment propelled me into the rest of my career. So if you haven't challenged something that fear, see yourself on the other side. But if you tell yourself, I'll never make it, I'll never win, I'm a loser, guess what? The Hebrew word I am says, it shall come to pass. So you start speaking things like, I am powerful, I am strong, I see myself on the other side of the circumstances, and you'll get there. Because at first I was focusing on the fence. The fence was the obstacle. That's why I kept getting taller and taller. But when I started seeing myself on the other side, that's when I started becoming an Olympian in my mind. I started becoming the world champion. I started becoming the Hall of Famer. That moment changed my life forever. So trust in the process of where you are. I know we set goals and we want to do things, but it starts right now. Become the best version of yourself. In your classroom, with your classmates, your teammates. That's how you become the best version of you. After high school, I wanted to go to college. I have to share this real quick. I wanted to go to college. Guess what? In my high school team, we were all cousins except for 2. My mom had 20 kids and my mom's sister had 18. We were all related except for 2. I was pretty good. I had a bad Jerry girl. Y'all know what Jerry girls are? Bad Jerry girl and a bad shot. But listen, we were state champions. We won state twice. And I thought I was pretty good. Guess what? My sister, a year older, she was a superstar. Seriously, she was recruited by the top 20 colleges. And I'm telling you this story for a reason. Because I know with siblings, they always compare with siblings. I asked when they're twins, are there any sisters and brothers, or are there brothers that play together? Are there any siblings that play together here? Yes, you have a brother or a sister? Oh, y'all play? Okay. Do they compare you all? Who is better? Yes, they always compare. They compare me to my, do you have another one here? Okay. They compared me to my sister. She was taller, had prettier hair, longer arms. She was like the perfect sister to me. She was valedictorian, she was smart. She was an All-American. She was a cheerleader, she was in beauty pageants. She was like, to me, this perfect sister. I looked up to her. She was recruited by the top 20 colleges, so she went to Auburn University. My senior year, we won state, and I'm thinking, I'm excited, I'm waiting for my sister, I'm waiting for the letters and the phone calls. Guess what? Nothing. I was feeling really discouraged, really mad, really sad. I was like, because I'm a woman of faith. God is my creator. But I was like, this church stuff, this God stuff, I don't think it works. Because I was mad, I was angry, I was confused, like, I've been a good girl, why am I not being recruited? Why do these colleges want me? And I almost just said, you know what, I don't want to play basketball. Life sucks. My dad said, listen, that's a bad attitude to have. He said that life is 10% of what happens to you, but 90% how you respond to it. Listen at this, life is 10% of what happens to you, but 9% how you respond to it. He had that on every door in the house. What do you think that means? Is it go in the house? He had this quote on every door in the house. Let me say it again, and we can talk about it more later. Life is 10% of what happens to you, 90% how you respond to it. So that's what we're going to talk about more later. My dad had it on every door, that same quote. On one door it was red, green, yellow, orange. I'm like, why has he got that same quote on every door? There's only 10% of things in life that you're going to be able to control, but what you can control, 9% is your attitude, how you respond to stuff. So my dad said, you know what, stop feeling sorry for yourself and get on that phone and call Auburn. I'm thinking like, why should I go call to a school? They're supposed to be calling me. And I'm thinking like, I felt, reluctantly, I called Auburn. I said, hey, I'm Ruthie, I'm my old little sister. When am I going to come on a school visit? They was like, well, we don't have the money to fly you, but we'll put you on a bus, and it'll take about 10 hours. So I'm thinking like, hold on for a second. I'm like, it's horrible. They put my sister on a private jet, but I got to ride the bus. I'm like, I don't like this. This don't sound right. But guess what? My dad said, your attitude. He said, you never know where you're going to go. He said, get on this bus. It may be the most important ride you ever take. I'm like, Dad, how many more ways can they tell me they don't want me? I'm like, okay. I get on the bus, 10 hours, I go to Auburn. I said, you know what? I'm just going to go anyway. For a school visit, I sit down in front of the coach. Coach, hear me? He said, wow. He said, I can't believe you came. I'm like, what you mean? He said, well, the reason we didn't call you because we didn't think you were good enough to play here, but you called us and we like, okay, get on the bus. We thought that would discourage you, but get on the bus for 10 hours. You came anyway. There's no easy way to tell you that we just don't think you wouldn't even make the travel team. At 18, who want to hear that? I won't make the travel team? Seriously? I'm sitting there like mad, angry, like, you know what, life sucks. I'm like, I don't want to play basketball. They said, we'll give you a week to think about it. I remember going home, mad, angry, crying my dad. I said, Dad, I don't want to go play college. Life sucks. He said, hold up for a second. He said, when I talk about that attitude, this is the 90% you can control. You can't control what that coach think about you. It doesn't matter what people think about you. It don't have to be true. I'm like, okay, Dad. He said, I think you should go. So I called the school back. I said, I'll come. They said I can play in my junior, my senior year. They already telling me that I'm a bad player, had a bad shot, bad jerk girl. But I go there anyway because my dad encouraged me and he pushed me. We need people in life to remind us of our greatness. You need your superintendent, your coaches, your teachers sometimes to remind you, you know what, you got something. So if it feels like your teachers they're being hard on you, and your superintendent, your coaches, they see something you maybe you don't see in yourself. I didn't see greatness in me. My dad saw it. So guess what? The same coach that said I wouldn't play in my junior, my senior year, because I didn't break, I went on ahead and went to Auburn. Tell me this, what year you think I started playing? What year did I play? Okay, college is 4 years, sometimes it can be 5. What year you think I started making an impact on that team?
Freshman.
You said third? My junior, okay.
Freshman.
She said freshman. Listen, not only did I play my freshman year, I started. This coach said, no way. He said, there's no way this same player that we didn't want in 6 weeks came out here and now you can start on this team. He said, we were being nice when we said you could play. We were thinking like, this lady is a woman of faith and she's crazy. How many more ways can we tell her we don't want her? But I went because my dad encouraged me. I started my freshman year. We went to 3 conference championships. 2 Final Fours, and when you go back to Auburn University in Alabama, you win this big $70 million facility. Guess what you see when you walk in? You see my name, Ruthie Bolton, and my jersey up in this building. And I think about, wow, what if I had quit? I felt like quitting. What if I had walked away? I saw in Mr. Claymore's office, dream big. I had to dream big, but I had people around me that believed in me. My dad believed in me. So what we're doing for the next 5 or 6 months, I'm saying, I believe in you. I'm coming alongside you. I want you to thrive. I want to come alongside you when you're having fears and you feel like giving up, you feel like quitting, or you feel like I'm not worthy. I want to be there to remind you, you got this. My dad reminded me, daughter, you got this. Because I couldn't have made that decision by myself at the time. But my dad pushed me.
Thank you.
And allowed me to create this space for me to make my own decision. He didn't make me now. I had to meet him. I had to become partnership with my father. Said, Dad, I want to do it. I'm scared. Hey, it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be unsure. But guess what? If you are never afraid, why should you need courage? If you're never afraid, why should you be brave? Why should you be bold if you never sometimes have doubts? But don't let those doubts grow. Say, you know what? If I fall flat on my face, I'm going to get back up. If I fall flat on my face again, I'm going to get back up. That's the mindset. So I think my dad has passed on, but I said, Dad, thank you for coming alongside me and reminding me, Ruthie, you got this. Oh, he called me daughter because he couldn't remember my name. He said, daughter, you got this. I think about that 30 years ago, like when I didn't want to get on that bus, he said, you got this. So I want to remind you, you got this. And when you face your fears, you say, okay. I was talking to someone military. Who's it? Military? Who's Air Force? I met someone that was military. But when you look at it, salute is a big gesture. This is the way I look at adversity. Hold this. Is I salute adversity and say, hey, you know what? I'm coming strong at you. Take a good look at me because I'm coming back. Even when I don't necessarily fail, but even when I make a mistake, I'm going to get back up. I'm coming strong. And that's the mindset. Last thing I want to share with you is as I finished college now, you see around my neck, I played for 10 different national teams, 11 different, 2 Olympics, 2 World Championships. After college now, I still hadn't proved myself. I wanted to go and play for the national team. Guess what? Didn't get invited. I was like, seriously? We made it to the championship game. I was all tournament. I still, even after college, wasn't good enough to be for the national team. So I was like, oh man. But my dad said, hey, guess what? You got on that bus? He said, go. Now, I want to paint this picture now. There's 50 of the top girls in the country they invite. They've got 50 girls over here. I wasn't born at 50. Coach was like, you seriously? So I'm like, man, I always got to prove myself. My dad said often, he said, if a door closed, get through a window. So my window was, I was part of the 125 that paid their own way to go. Okay, check this out. So check this out, we got 50 girls, top 50 girls in the country in college. And we got 125 that paid their own way. So now we got how many? 175 girls at this camp. Guess how many players they're gonna choose out of this 175? 25, 2 teams. Most people say, don't go, they know who they want. I was like, yeah, you're right, they know who they want. Maybe I'll stay home. But guess what? You never know if you're gonna go. You feel like I will always be wondering what if. So I said, yeah, I'm going. My dad said, yeah. I go to Colorado Springs now. Check this out. We got 175 girls. They're going to choose 25 out of 50. I went there 9 sessions in 3 days. I worked my butt off. We was in a big gym. They sat us down. They gave this big speech. They said, thank you all for coming. We only got 25 spots. But if you don't make the team come back next year, don't get discouraged. So I'm sitting there exhausted. 3 days of training. So I get up, okay, I walk outside, and they say on the door, if your name is highlighted on the door, you made the team. If you didn't, come back next year. So I said, I get up. I go outside, and I'm going outside and look at the list on the door, hoping my name is there. So I go outside and I look, I was like, no way. Ruthie Bolton. I was not that like, seriously? I'm one of the players that made the team, and I almost didn't go. I was like, wow. So now, I'm starting to really be convinced. I'm seriously, I was like, wow. I said, Lord, thank you. Thank you, Dad, for believing in me. Thank you, Dad, for encouraging me to go. Because I could have stayed home, but I was one of the 25 that made the team. And guess what? They had to reimburse me my money back, my flight, hotel, everything. I was now one of those top 25 players that made the team. Why I share that story with you? It is so easy to walk away. Fear is something that paralyzes us. It cheats us out of the right for our dreams. Had I not gone there, I would not be a 2-time Olympian, a Hall of Fame, a world champion, a 4-time Hall of Famer. I wouldn't have a street named after me. I wouldn't have my jersey retired in high school, college, and pro. I probably would not be standing here. I say that is that my father was a huge anchor in my life. And that's why I love doing this. That's why I love the community award. That's more important to me than the gold medal. Is I want to remind you, there are Olympians in here, there's doctors, there's lawyers, whatever you want to do. Fear is something that it will chase you. And it doesn't want you to succeed. Anybody can tell me, I love running hills. Who like to run hills? Or run upstairs? Guess what? When you run upstairs, what is that trying to keep you from going upstairs? When you try to run up, what is it trying to make you fall down? What is that called? I heard gravity. Yeah. Gravity is not your friend. Gravity is going to keep you from running up that hill, running up those 10 flights of stairs. But guess what? Guess what kicks in that core? Say, you know what? I'm going to defeat gravity. I'm going to defy gravity because I want this. So when you press up, when you lean and you want to get to success at the top, guess what? You'll never know if you don't go. Who said gravity? here, come here.
Oh my gosh.
Now this is my picture, honey. Yeah, this shit. All right. Exactly. You gotta lean in. So my point of sharing that. Yes. So my point of sharing that is that I want you to know that every one of you belong here. I'm looking at a book in Mr. Claymore office. You belong here. I know COVID happened. A lot of things are confusion. I'm reminding you, you belong here. You belong here. You have a voice. You have a place. This is your time to soar and to be the best version of you. You belong here no matter what. I know you do, because guess what? The world needs you. Everybody look at their hand for a second. Look at your hands. Okay? All right. Guess what? Okay. Guess what? There's over 7 billion people in the world. Check this out. Nobody, even if twins, triplets, nobody in the world have your set of fingerprints. Isn't that amazing? Listen, that's all that anybody can ask. If you be the best version of you, nobody. So be okay with being you, but try to be the best you. I was being my best self when I got on that bus. I was being my best self when I decided to go to Auburn, when I was afraid, I was scared. I was being the best version of me when I went to trials and didn't know if I would make it. Hey, you don't have to know the outcome. I think all of us are blessed. We got up today. I slept like a 6-month-old baby last night. I slept really good. Listen, God has granted us a day we've never seen before. Today is what? December the 8th. I'm thankful. I'm blessed. I got a heartbeat. So if I wake up with a heartbeat, God's saying you got another chance to grow and to be the best version of you. That really is what matters to me. But I want to leave you with, you belong here. And I want you to not just dream, but dream big. And this is something, I'm going to share this with you. Say, dream big. If you want it, you can do it. Dream big. Pour your heart into it. If it were dreaming about, you might as well. If it were dreaming about, you might as well. Dream big. Dream big. So keep dreaming big. Like I said, you're going to see me a lot in the next 5 to 6 months. I feel like I'm part of the family. I got the key to the city. And hey, you know what? We're going to have a great time. And we're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to flex our muscles. And we will flex our muscles because we will be doing some push-ups later. And, oh yeah, for sure. And we will be doing things that that's going to be challenging, but it's going to be fun. We're going to be better. Hey, we're better today than we were yesterday. And I want you to be better tomorrow than you are today. It's about, okay? So thank you.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that's just probably 25, 30 minutes of what you get from Ruthie Bolton. The message is sent, folks. The foundation, part of our foundation, taking care of each other, making sure that we're not taking ourselves out of learning opportunities and better yet, stepping into those opportunities. Okay? Yeah. Ruthie's asking, is there any questions out there? Do you have any questions? This is a good opportunity to hear that voice. Make sure that your voice is a part of this plan, because again, it's about all of us. Questions? Anybody have any questions right now for Miss Ruthie Bolton? What you heard, what you saw, and how you feel? Got a question over here. Our little guys are always ready to ask those questions, huh?
You have a question?
Got a question over here? Yeah. Somebody repeat the question for us. Okay, yeah.
You have a question?
Bring him down.
No fear. It's facing one of those fears, coming down in front, sharing that voice. Not everybody, yeah, here we go.
Did any of your other siblings go play athletically in college or anything?
Yes, the question was, did any of my other siblings? Yes, 7 of us got scholarships. My sister, my baby brother, he played professional football in Germany, and 4 of my other sisters had scholarships, but I'm the only one that went professionally. Well, my bad, my sister who I was talking about in the story, she played 2 years in Europe, and then after that, and matter of fact, my 96 gold medal I dedicated to her, because she always talked about the Olympics, my sister. So this is the medal that after we won in Atlanta, I came off the podium, I went up and gave it to her, because I wanted to share this experience with her. So yeah, so we have, I would say about 7 or 8 of us had scholarships in basketball. Yes, sir. Yes, they give Brittany Griner, somebody just told Brittany Griner got released. I would say give her a hand. That's not a prayer. Our prayers have been there. And Brittany Griner really, it was really important to it was really joy to my soul when I heard about that this morning. Beautiful, beautiful. So many, the world was watching. I'm so thankful. Because she was a phenomenal person, a phenomenal player. And then we all make mistakes, but it was just overdue. So I'm so happy. It's an awesome day to have the great news. Anybody else? Right here? Go ahead, don't be shy. What is it?
How many push-ups can you do?
Oh, we'll do. Are y'all the basketball team? Oh, we'll get to the minute. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, we'll get there. Oh yeah. We'll do it together. Yes.
I think I'd like to have your view on, because we talk about, our mind and our power of our belief in ourselves, but I think about nutrition and lifestyle and how important that is as well.
Yes, nutrition and lifestyle is very important. Matter of fact, that's one of the reasons why when I do a lot of things. I had a camp last week in California, and we spent the first 30, 45 minutes, first hour doing sit-ups, push-ups, sprint, like agility work. And this guy, he said, what does this guy do with basketball? I said, well, it's about life. So I'm huge on wellness. It's a balance of mind, body, and spirit. And so I think you can't eat only just fruit and survive. You can't only just veg. It's a balance, and that's how it is with, I think, wellness. So I try to have a balance of wellness, and I try to eat right, and I feel like that's what helped me as an athlete. I couldn't play basketball for real. That's why coaches didn't recruit me, because I wasn't that skilled, but I had a heart, and I was strong, and I ate well, so I got noticed. The physical aspect helped me until my talent caught up. But it's so important to try your best, and nobody do it perfectly, but try your best to eat right. I know it's a lot of details on that, but it's really taking charge of your life and making sure that, if I know better, if I know that this is bad for me, I got to balance it. You don't ever have to not eat anything, but you want to balance, and of course, exercise, the whole thing, exercise and moving your body, because as you move your body, it is forced to create changes, and that's why I love it. If you ever got sore like lactic acid, it's your body saying, hey, I'm here, work me, use me. So definitely wellness and eating right is another conversation, but it's for you, especially for you athletes or anybody, athletes, make sure you eat right, drinking plenty of water, and eating vegetables and balance. And I know you eat sweet. My son, 11 years old, he said, Mom, I want to be an Olympian. He does 100 push-ups a day. And he said, Mom, you know what? I think I want to go to the next level. I said, what you mean, son? He said, sometimes my friends be offering me a lot of candy and eating a lot of sweet. He said, I think the next time they ask me, I'm gonna reject all of that. Because I want to be an Olympian. Like a serious mindset Olympian, he gives me a look, he does this here, but he thinks about sodium. He said, Mom, I'm not gonna eat too much chips. At 11 years old, he's already thinking about how what he put in his body is important. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
What have you told your 11-year-old son to say when somebody offers him like a cigarette or to vape or anything like that? What have you told him about
If I say something, I said, Christopher, I said, somebody offer you a cigarette, I said, a drug, so he was like, Mom, of course I know you're not supposed to. He's so, sometimes he look at me like, why are you asking me that? He really is way ahead, like he literally, sometimes when I discipline him, he's an 11-year-old, so sometimes he does something he shouldn't do. He'll come to me later and say, Mommy, I thought you were going to take my phone from me because I did such and such. He said, so he is so big on discipline. And so if I ask, so he knows, we talk about that, and he has, I'm blessed, his mindset, he understands that, he said, no, that, of course, influence. I said, you got to watch that. And I said, someone that could be your friend, if they're trying to make you do something that you know not right, they're not your friend. So we've had those conversations. So I have a lot of dialogue with my children, my 11-year-old, my 13-year-old, because I said, if I'm going to travel the world and speak to thousands and thousands of youth, I got to start at home. So I have conversations. I said, y'all talk to me now, what's going on? And so we do have conversations about what to do. And this is what I try to tell them. I said, I'm not going to be with you always. I got to trust that you're going to make the best decision. I said, but when you get in trouble, if you do something that's not the end of the world, I said, but I want you to understand what's right and wrong. The same thing as athlete. How many girl basketball? And you shoot, you gotta learn how to correct your shot. You can't look at the coach to help. What did I do wrong? When you miss a shot, you miss like 5 shots in a row. That's what I teach. Learning how to correct your own shot. Like, I think I'm not following through enough, I'm not using my legs. So you don't want the coach to try to make every decision. So I try to put my kids in a situation where I trust them. Say, hey, you got to make discernment for yourself. You got to learn how to say no. You got to learn how to. I want them to think for themselves. Yes. Well, maybe decide to come here. I don't know if I really told the history. Really, about 5 years ago, I went to LNI in Rapid City. The coach told me. Oh, LNI, it is one of the best. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you, I was like a kid in a candy store. It is like the Native Olympics. They've been doing it for 45 years. It's the basketball, volleyball, they have art, they have dance, they have a lot of your cultural stuff. It is amazing. And they also have a business, like a business class, but the main thing that sticks out about me is the art. Whoever wins art, the next year their artwork will go on the front of the magazine. But it is a big, how many teams? Like 60, like 20-some teams in a 4-day. Wrestling's real big. They do wrestling. So when I went there, I was completely amazed. We do the ceremony, we walk on the court, and it's thousands of people on the court, and it's beautiful. So anyway, I met his brother there, and he just said, I really want you to come back. I want you to go to more. So that's how he reached out to him. And so him and I have been on the phone talking for the last 2 years, trying to figure out, trying to make it happen. So we finally, the first time I saw him face to face was yesterday. So that's why I'm here. But I believe it was destined. The timing is everything. It was destined for me to be here. And like I said, I've been here, barely 24 hours, and I feel blessed. I feel like I'm part of the family. And so that's sort of my why I'm here. And I've imposed my will, and I said I'll invite myself back, even if he didn't invite me, I'm coming back anyway, because I feel like I'm family now. Let's get this number. Yes.
Oh, have you ever given up before?
Seconds.
Have you ever given up before?
Have I ever given up before? I felt like giving up before. I have. I feel like, man, because you feel like giving up, but the thing is that that's just human in you. But says, you know what? But I'm not going to give up because. So it's finding reasons to not give up. You're tired, and when you're doing your job and your passion, it gets tiring at times. Even that's why I applaud teachers, coaches, and the staff, because they have to spend every day. They do a lot. They give themselves so much. And there's some, like when you fly, I don't know if y'all flown, but on the plane they said put your mask on first. So there are times you got to sort of make sure you are good so you can take care of the rest. So there's times you get tired, you feel like you question maybe why you're doing what you do. But the fact that, hey, you know what I'm doing is valuable, it's priceless, so I'm gonna keep doing it. So it's okay to doubt yourself for a moment, but not feed into that. Anybody else? I think that's all. Yes.
What's your sister's name?
Second.
What's your sister's name?
My sister's name is Bolton. And she coached for a while and she finished. Now she lives in New Jersey. Yeah, Mel Remote is her name. Did I see a hand over here? Anybody else? Yes. Everybody met Pat Summit? Oh my goodness. Now, Pat, who all know Pat Summit? I heard of Pat Summit. Listen, that lady, I met her, we had her, when I was on the Olympic team, we was at a camp and we had to demonstrate a layup drill. That was the scariest layup I ever made trying to make it in my life. Listen, Pat Summit was watching me. Guess what? I missed a layup, me and Nikki. She said, hold up. Y'all just missed a layup, wide open layup without defense, and y'all on the Olympic team? I think they needed real bad. I was terrified. But anyway, we ended up getting the drill right and doing it. But Pat Summit was powerful. And I love her quote. You know any of her quotes? This is one of her favorite quotes that I love. She said, I'm going to show you how we're going to beat you. This is how we're going to beat you. We just going to outwork you. That's one of my favorite quotes. It's simple. It said, I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to beat you. We're going to outwork you. So Pat Summit had a reputation of, she just didn't play. So I got a chance to meet her, and she was serious, motivated and teacher of the game. Yes, ma'am. What are all my siblings' names? Wow. And I haven't done it in a while. Let me see if I can name them. Okay, you gotta help me. Okay, I'm gonna start with the oldest. Oh, man. Count. Wait, no, I'm gonna start with the youngest. Okay, y'all hold your fingers up, help me, because they're 20. Okay, I'm gonna start with young. Inez, Nathaniel, Tandy, Ray, Ruthie, Mayola, Paul, Jerry, Mary, Byron, James, Jessica, Lucille, Rosemary, Linda Ruth, Ciola, Ben Ann, Catherine, Earl. I missed one?
Yeah, one.
Oh, shoot. Did I say,
Yourself.
no, I said myself. Did I say LW?
No.
Okay, LW. Yeah, because Earl is the last one. You know what I usually miss? I usually miss my sister who I'm named after, Linda. Did I say Linda Ruth? That's the sister I'm named after, yeah. Sometimes I get mixed up with the older group. But yeah, 20 of us. And guess how many nieces and nephews I have? And guess this, okay, that's the kids of all of my siblings. Guess, somebody take a guess. Guess how many, guess. No, he said 40, you way off.
70.
Huh?
70.
How many you say? No. How many? No, you off. Too low.
Too low.
No, you way off. That's my sister. You.
30.
How many? 30. 30, no. He said 125. That's still too low.
215.
What is it? How many? No, it's 139 nieces and nephews, but the niece and nephew kid is about 75 or 80. So that's like the second generation. Seriously, it is so many, hey listen, I think my mom with us, every time my dad bought an acre, she said, I gotta have 2 kids for the acre. Like we lived on 10 acres with 20 kids. And my sister had 10 kids by the time she was 35. So I think, I think it was something in the water back in Mississippi. Because my mom had 20, my mom's sister had 18, and my sister had 12. They really took it serious when the Bible said, be fruitful and multiply. So they took that really seriously. Anybody else? Oh, go ahead, sorry. Oh, how do I deal with bullying? Wow. The question, how do I deal with bullying? I know y'all don't have that here. This is too great of a place for bullying, is it? Okay, bullying, it's definitely a conversation. Most of the time, bullying, and I got a bullying story. Bullying, I feel like it's different layers of bullying. It's two sides. People that bully, it's like hurt people try to hurt people. When you're bullying somebody, you really, not you playing around here and there, but when you consistently is something to me I think is out of. And I'm gonna tell you a story. I was being bullied by this girl at school, and she used to take my candy from me, grab it out of my hand. Because my dad didn't like us fighting at school. He said, if you fight, if you get sent home, that's gonna be a bad day for you. So I didn't want to get in trouble, I didn't want to fight. So this girl would take my candy and just talk to me mean. And I was quiet, even I was really quiet in high school. And so she was just like kicking on me. And I'm like, if I fight her, like I'm gonna get in trouble. And she looked, her hand looked so big, like she gonna beat me up anyway. And I'm thinking, I finally said, you know what, I'm gonna stand up for myself. I'm gonna say something to her. If she try to take my candy today, I'm just gonna say something to her. So I walked at school and I saw her come, her name was Gladys. I was like, here she comes. And so she said, she had her hand on her hip, she was like, where's my candy? I said, you know what, you ain't getting my candy today, okay? So if you want to fight, we'll fight. I said, how you just gonna be messing with me? This is my candy, whatever. And she said, I'm sorry. I'm like, I just want to be your friend. I'm like, all of that, I'm ready to fight, and she just want to be my friend. So she was feeling, because I was one of the popular one students, and she saw me as being quiet, so she took advantage of my quietness and my losing my voice. So I say that to say is that you don't have to lose your voice. You don't have to go off and curse somebody out. I never did that. You don't have to talk. But you got to have a voice. You can say, you know what, that is not appropriate. You don't talk to me that way. You don't act to me that way. You don't. So if you quiet and don't say anything, you condone their actions. So I would say if someone consistently, I don't know what kind of system y'all have, but it needs to be reported maybe with the teacher, and then if it's, and then to the upper, to the superintendent, to your principal, whatever. But the way you deal with it, you got to have a strict standard. You got to be consistent with it, because it's unacceptable. There's a lot of things going on these days, and people find something. If you ain't got something positive to say, don't say it. And you didn't have a strict guideline, on how you deal with that. And so, but it's come from someone not feeling good about themselves, so they might get some kind of flack at home about something, and now they want to pour it on someone else that's vulnerable, someone else that don't have a voice. And so most of the time, if they're treating you a certain way, they've been treated that way themselves. So a lot of times it starts somewhere else. So, but I say nip in the bud right away. It is zero tolerance. I heard somebody say, no, past zero. It's like negative zero tolerance to bullying and being that, because that just creates a bad environment. And if you're bullying somebody, why are you doing it? Because you upset, I've seen this, like I tell kids, you bullying somebody, and I said, when I'm at school, hey, you bullying somebody, send them to me, and I'll show you bullying. So if you bully someone on a consistent basis, you need to look at yourself and really imagine yourself on the other end. So if you got something you need, that's why I talk about it. If you got something that bothers you, that's what we want to do in the next 4 to 5 months. We want to be able to talk about things. I've had someone say, yeah, I bully. I bully because I'm mad, I don't like them. And then I bully because, yeah, I was hurting someone else, so I try to make them hurt like I hurt. So it's something that needs a conversation. You need to have, I did a thing where we did skits on bullying, how do you deal with it? And you could be a bystander, watching stuff happen. So we did a skit on how you deal with it. If you stand by, you need to be able to speak up. And there's a way to do it. I'm not saying, and fighting is not the way out. Physical. So you can talk about, say, hey, you know what? I watch you talk to such and such like that. That's not right. Sometimes doing that might be enough to steer this person in a different direction because somebody's speaking up. So there's a lot of different things we have a conversation about, but I said definitely make it important, make it top priority, dealing with it. Anybody out there? Okay, it's been wonderful. So, one more, sweetie?
She wants to know how important running is to you.
How much for running? It is very important. Running is very, you like to run? You like to run? Yeah, exercise and running is very important. It keeps your circulatory system, and it helps your heart, and it's good when your body is moving, and it's great. Exercise is great for your whole body, it's great for your heart. It gives you a strong heart. Thank you.
Hey, put your hands together for Ruthie Bolton. Great job, Ruthie. And I want to thank you for what you did today. I don't know how long we've been in this setting, but it's been quite some time for our little ones to stay put and this and that. I want to thank you. I raise my hands to you for paying attention and making sure that you're listening to the lesson being taught and so forth. Appreciate you guys down here as well. Appreciate you. Appreciate those voices that are coming out as far as questions being asked and so forth. And again, remember, no shame in the game. If we don't ask it, we won't know it.
type of thing. So great job, everybody. What I'd like to do is I'd like to get K5 to back into their classrooms at this time. 6, 12, just have a seat. I am going to give you a little break.